follow suit and do our traditional business. The minute we finish college. Okay, so we were in the department store business. We were in import and export of furniture. We were into real estate development. And so a lot of my friends would ask me, why would you be doing this business? And my answer is, why not? This is I saw it as a very viable venture, although I did have some resistance in the beginning because I was a buyer. And as a buyer, you have to have a healthy dose of skepticism. You always, there's a lot of, people that are trying to sell you stuff every single day. And so you kind of build that kind of immunity against sales pitches. And so the concept of a lot of people earning commissions and etc. in the beginning made me a lot more skeptic about this business venture. But as soon as I understood it, I thought it was, an amazing idea. And the concept of being able to build something from nothing and potentially create millions of dollars from the business excited me. I thought it was a very viable venture. I thought there was no downside to it, and so I got on with it. No, so there's no drama in there. I just saw it as a very viable business, and I thought, why not? But the interesting part is that I was glad that I actually did that long before we needed it. I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen today. And today, when I look at everything, I'm just so glad that I'm into this business because had it been, the bigger that your business is right now, the bigger the risk is and the bigger the fall is. Because right now is an unprecedented depression that we're experiencing. And I can just imagine if we were still, paying off loans to the bank and running overhead of 300 employees and paying rent and etc. and managing all the inventory and the payables and etc. That would have been, a nightmare. Okay, during this time of crisis. Okay, and so I am just very grateful that I was shown this opportunity. I'm forever grateful to the person who showed me this business, and really persisted, even though I was one of the most skeptic people that you could show this business to. I don't know if you guys remember the 1997 nonfiction novel called The Perfect Storm. And basically, I feel that right now we are really in a situation of the perfect storm. And a perfect storm is really a confluence of many storms coming together to form a very rare, unusually bad situation. Okay, because it's many storms coming all at the same time, and this is exactly what's going on right now. For one, I think that we are onto a great recession. So it's not just about the situation of the extended quarantine, but it's after that. There's I've been talking to certain bankers because I invest in the stock market, and I always ask their counsel. And I was under the impression that they were going to tell me go in and invest right now because all blue chip stocks are cheap. But unfortunately, they told me that this recession could last 3 to 5 years. That was a shock to me. Okay. And we have a group of people that are so unprepared. 90% of the workforce in the world are totally unprepared for what they're going to do. Okay. They're so mechanical. They've been trained to do only one thing. They're not as flexible as entrepreneurs. So I wish there were more entrepreneurs right now that are more resourceful. But right now, you have a large chunk of people that are going to lose their job and they don't even know. Okay. And we have unprecedented health risks. Somebody told me that right now it's not really about it's not going to be just about a short period of time that we're going to be worried about COVID. It's going to be a prolonged, extended risk of getting this COVID. So imagine you going back to your normal day, and there's going to be a lot of people, with COVID walking around the area, and because this thing can infect people even without showing symptoms, that makes it an even greater risk that we've never seen before. Obviously, there's also a drastic change in consumer behavior, and so there's a sharp decline in retail. And I think that a lot of Walmart, a lot of travel companies, a lot of airlines, a lot of restaurants are going to totally lose business. And I can't just imagine. I heard that the only downturn in the economy that's comparable to the damage that this COVID situation is creating is a second world war. And I don't think that's an understatement. It's not going to be a recession. It's going to be a depression. If anything, I think this situation, um, in Filipino we have a saying, "Matira ang matibay." Matira ang matibay simply means only the strong will survive. And so, what kind of strong are we talking about? Number one, you have to be financially strong. You have to be financially immune. And number two, you have your immune system better be strong because of this extended situation that we're facing. So, if anything, this COVID situation is exposing a lot of our weaknesses. And so we need to ask certain important questions. Number one is, are you financially prepared for a 3 to 5 year recession? Do you have sufficient savings should you lose your job to last another 2 years? And that's scary. And I want you just to think about that. Now, how much are you spending every month right now? If you're spending $3,000 a month right now, in a year, that's $36,000. Do you have $100,000 in the bank, right? And I hope that you don't get this COVID situation because it's super expensive. In the Philippines, it costs more than $25,000 to get treated for COVID. Number two, do you have the ability to get paid working from home? What if normalcy is never going to be back? What if you will need to find another way of generating income? Do you have the ability to get paid working in a flexible, in an environment where you could be safe? Doing what you're doing right now, also, can you see yourself achieving financial freedom, not just survive? I mean, it would be sad if all we did all these years is just to survive. And so, do you have the ability to create financial freedom in the next 5 years? One of the things that drew me into this business was that concept of being able to set you up in a short amount of time, because I really don't want to see myself working for the rest of my life. And then, are you in the sunrise or sunset industry? I feel so bad for the hundreds or thousands of people in the airline industry. We have people from. I heard that Virgin just closed shop. Then you have Gold's Gym that closed shop. I think that the real estate industry is going to be so down right now. Even if you're in the insurance industry, people are not willing to commit long term to pay for these things at a situation where they're really right now struggling to survive. Okay, so are you in a business that's going to be growing, or are you going to be struggling to survive? Okay, these are very important questions that you need to ask yourself right now, especially if you are supporting a family. Okay. Now, in Chinese, this word called crisis is composed of two characters, and one represents danger, and the other one represents opportunity. And so it's no secret right now that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And it so happens that this is not the only crisis, but in every crisis, there's always winners and there's always losers. And so this is not going to be the only crisis. And the question is, being aware of the crisis, are we able to see opportunity? That's what we're going to talk about right now. On the bright side is, how are we going to thrive, not just survive this season? And today, what we're going to present to you is actually a perfect combination of a proven platform launching these new technologies that have extremely high growth potential right now. Okay. And so let's talk about the right platform. And one of the things that we need to ask about is your platform able to thrive in this crisis? Is your platform proven and tested to survive these kinds of recessions? And I'm very glad to tell you that this company that we are with is a no stranger, is an expert in these crisis situations, having survived so many recessions, the SARS and etc. For the last 35 years, this company has proven time and again to be not just a survivor, but we actually thrive and we're actually growing. Okay, so I think that all around, from Thailand to Vietnam to the Philippines to the United States and even to Europe right now, our sales is way up over the last 2 months. And so I hate to sound like somebody who's not sympathizing of other people, but business is actually very good right now for us. And so you have to be in the right place right now, and you have to be very aware. I get reminded about that book called Who Moved My Cheese? And what if your cheese was moved? I always ask the question, do you have the ability to find your cheese? Okay. And so let me start with a solid partnership. One of the things that I understood is that if I was going to build residual benefits, if I was going to look for something that's going to set me up for life, I better be with a company that is tried and tested. When I looked at this company, I was very impressed. We're global, seamless, and we have infrastructure in all countries right now, in 50 plus countries, and we are, we're on a roll. I mean, our business is just going. There's just no limitation right now to the business. We have record revenues of about $2.7 billion, and it should grow to about 5 billion anytime soon. And we're public, and that is a big one for me, because if I was going to trust my future and the company, I better make sure that this is really built to last. And when you're public, really, basically, it's the United States government telling you that you could bet your money on this company. The other thing that I got really, really impressed with is when I looked at the powerhouse anti-aging um, department of this company with 75 world-class scientists. I've never seen a company that has 75 world-class scientists composed of the who's who in the industry. And so this gives me tremendous confidence that moving forward, any product that this company could produce could only be the very best in the world. Okay, so let's talk about products and technologies. And one of the things that you need to remember when you look at a product is, I was a buyer before, and one of the things I always look for in a supplier is, what's your edge? What's going to make you different from all the rest of the people? Because if your product is just like anybody else's product, I can tell you, I'm going to bargain like crazy, and you're not going to get the price that you want. I'm going to get the price I want. Okay. But if your product is different, then you can call the shots. Then you can dictate the profit that you can have. And one of the things that I really am impressed about is the acquisition of the most advanced, epigenetics company called LifeGen Technologies into Nu Skin. And this LifeGen, when you talk about genetics and gene expression technology, we're talking about rocket science. We're talking about reverse age. We're talking about, you know, um, fountain of youth in a capsule, and that is almost too good to be true. But when you see that this company is actually featured in Discovery Channel, I mean, that's Discovery Channel. This is not a paid, commercial channel, and so you're onto something, and it's a breakthrough that we're going to be talking about. So this technology is called AgeLock that we've launched that has the capability to reset gene expression and make your genes start behaving younger again. This is not, I'm simplifying it, but this is a very scientific thing. It took them 30 years of research to even come up with the first product for this company. And this is our chief scientific officer. He was also featured in Discovery Channel. As you can see, this is him in 2005, and he was the first guinea pig of the company. And look at 2010, and if you see him right now, I kid you not, he looks a lot younger than before. Okay, and so when you talk about genes, we have more than 20,000 genes in our body, and really, it's not just about identifying 20,000 genes. It's a question of, do you even know which genes is responsible for your eyes, for your systems, for your lungs, for your for your immunity, for etc. And what this company was able to do in 30 years is be able to profile these genes and really pinpoint exactly which part of these genes need to be reset in order for you to have your body to express itself younger again. And so, as far as I heard, this is the only company right now with scientific validation that could prove and really measure the results that the products really worked and that you really were able to reset your gene expression. Okay, so these are some friends of mine who were on the products. And this is Monica. Monica is a friend of mine from Malaysia. She owns a hotel there, right in the middle of the Golden Triangle of Malaysia. And this is her when her granddaughter was 4 months old, and that's her when her granddaughter is 10 years old. Okay, do you see the products working? Okay, and this is, I'm going to show you my mentor. This is Philip Jones. Many of you have met Philip, but this is the picture that Philip probably didn't want to show. This was in 1994 when they were Blue Diamonds, and 1995, I mean, when they were recognized as $1 million Circle members. That's him on the top left, and this is him right now. Do you see the result? So can you see this in 1995 to this in 2005 and that? Okay, and if you see him right now, you will notice that he looks even younger right now. So it's an interesting, definitely the products work. Okay, so but this guy's crazy. He takes the products on the double dose. Okay, so the other thing that I'm very impressed about is that all the products of the company actually have um, proven clinical science. Okay, one of the things that I'm very aware of is that there's so many supplements with all these claims. The one thing that I ask is, do you have clinical validation outside of your claims? And nobody was able to show me any third-party clinical studies. And so this company was the first, and that's really impressive because that means I can take this to a physician and say, look, this is even in your physician's desk reference, and that's very impressive. This was the very first nutraceutical company that was featured in the physician's desk reference. Okay, and so especially right now where our health is of primary importance, I think that is very important that we build our immunity. Okay, and definitely our products are second to none. We have products like Reishi Max, one of my favorite, which is we have clinical studies on it being able to raise your T cells, B cells, and your body's natural killer cells by hundreds of percent fold in terms of increase. And this is all clinically studied. There's also a clinical study involving Reishi Max, even with cancer and so on. And of course, we all know that green tea is one of those what they call ionophore zinc, which is actually very good in terms of there's actually studies on green tea against the influenza virus and etc. And so we really have you covered. If you are taking Pharmanex immunity products, it's no longer a luxury right now. It is actually absolutely a necessity. And the best thing of it all is that we have the only technology right now that would be able to measure whether our products really work. Okay, imagine if you have a fever and you don't have a thermometer. How would you know if the product that you're taking is working to lower your temperature? Okay, and how would you know if any antioxidant products that that you're taking is working? Not unless you have the bioscan, this biophoton scanner that's able to take an optical print of your cells and be able to tell you in 5 minutes whether you're healthy or not, whether you have sufficient cellular immunity. And so with this gadget, I think that we basically have unstoppable. We don't have any competition because it's like you're selling a fever lowering drug and you're the only person with a thermometer, and that's just incredible. That's an incredible opportunity, and it's very easy to see where the business is going to come from. Apart from the fact that this company, what I love most about this is what they call opportunity renewal. One of the ways that a company can sustain and create infinite momentum is to make sure that they have what we call opportunity renewal. And as you can see, the pipeline of innovation of this company is very predictable, and they've never stopped. Today, we own the number one beauty device in the world. The at-home beauty device is going to grow from about 40 billion right now to over 100 billion over the next 10 years. And we're actually poised to capture at least, 25% of that market. So if you understand the size of that, and at right now we are at the forefront of this. This gadget is very interesting because it's actually very inexpensive, and it's actually clinically validated to firm, and also to give you 5 times more cleansing ability than your fingers. Okay, and so this is a product that creates a result in 2 minutes. You don't need to wait for 2 weeks or 2 months in order for you to see a result, a difference. And so this product alone can build you a multi-million-dollar empire. Okay, and so I've shown you a lot of businesses, a lot of profit entry points, but I can tell you it's very exciting. The product line of this company is extremely exciting, and so we don't have all the time in the world right now to discuss each and every one. So I've just shown you some teasers of what this company has in its firepower. Now let me go into the business side, which is I'm very excited about. Now, as you understand that this is the usual way that people go through life. If I didn't do this business, this is probably the same thing that I would do. You would acquire skills till about 25 years old, and from 25 to 65 years old, you go on to do your job, or in our case, our business. And unfortunately, in most jobs or businesses, you can't stop working. And that's the thing that I actually was afraid of, was that I'm going to be working till I'm 65. Can you imagine working from 25 to 65? I mean, when I go on a cruise, and my favorite thing to do in the world is to go travel on a cruise ship. And the reason why it's not about the cruise ship, I don't like this cruise ship, but I just don't like packing. Okay. And so the hotel travels with me is perfect. So I can go down, enjoy myself the whole day, eat food outside, and go back. And I don't need to pack or even fix my bed. And that's why I love to go on the cruise. But when you go on a cruise ship, you realize, oh my gosh, everybody that's there is old. They're so old. So even if there's a lot of food there, they don't have the teeth to chew the food. They have high cholesterol. They have high sugar. And they can't eat the desserts. And there's just so many desserts. So I think it's torture to be traveling at 65 years old. And when you retire at 65 years old, your ability to enjoy life is limited because your health is limited. You are limited by your health. And plus, how much can you really save working in a very limited income source? And of course, after that is the end, right? So they say that when you live till about 70 years old, that's about the average lifespan right now. And beyond that is already free. And so you work and then die. And this is really the kind of life that I was looking at, because this is what everybody else is on. Until I got exposed to this business, and I realized there's a second option where you could actually acquire skills, go to work hard, and then if you are fortunate to be introduced to this business, you have the ability to work smart and set you up for life. And so you work for 5 years to 10 years, and then you enjoy for the rest of your life. And so when you look at this and when you truly understand this and you have a choice, would you choose lifestyle one or would you choose lifestyle two? So it was a no-brainer for me. As soon as I understood, I looked at the foundation, the fundamentals of the business. I looked at the company, the solid background of the company. And as soon as I understood it was just something that you couldn't pass up. It was just too good to pass up this opportunity. Okay, let me just explain to you how that's going to happen, where you have the possibility to work hard for 5 to 10 years and enjoy for the rest of your life. Basically, there's two kinds of income you could do. You can have what we call um, high quality income, or you could have something called low quality income. And let's just explain a little bit about low quality income. Basically, low quality income is when you work, you get paid. You work harder, you get paid more. But then when you stop working, no work also means no pay. That's what you call a low quality income. It's an income that you can't enjoy because you have to keep working in order to enjoy it. And the problem with that is, even if you're in business and your business depends on you, and you wouldn't be able to leave it behind, you will also not have the freedom. And I was surrounded by a lot of people who seems to be rich, but they're not happy because they don't have the luxury of time to be able to enjoy their life. On the other hand, you can have what we call high quality income. And what's high quality income? What if you own 100 properties, and these properties are actually earning you a monthly rent without having to do anything? When I say own, I'm not talking about you owe the bank. I'm saying that you really actually own the properties. You don't own any banks. And these properties are generating, what we call passive income for you. That's what you call high quality income. Because you can walk away from that. You can go enjoy yourself and the income still keeps coming. And that is the kind of income that we're going to talk about. Except that here you don't need to be buying properties, you just have to work on building your franchises. And you need to understand the concept of McDonald's. You see, McDonald's was never selling burgers. He did not focus on selling more burgers. He focused on building more McDonald's, more franchises, more businesses, because he knew that there was a huge market for people that are looking for business. And so right now, for example, then like I said, the Chinese word for crisis is, on one hand, danger, and on the other hand, there's opportunity. Can you see the opportunity that right now there is a huge number of people that are going to be displaced? And we are in business to provide solutions. And there will be a lot of people that are very open right now to looking for side gigs. And that's why they call this the rise of the gig economy. I mean, I have friends who are millionaires who are selling vegetables and organic chicken. I can't believe it during this ECQ. But I really respect people who could be very resourceful during these times of crisis, because at this time and this kind of a crisis, to be close minded is a little stupid, I think, right? And so if you understand that McDonald's probably has about 25,000 franchises worldwide, and it gets about 3% out of coaching each one of these franchises how to run their business. And that's what we call royalty. So he gets about $1 million a day, very conservative estimate, even when he's long dead. I mean, he's been dead for a while. So can you imagine a dead person can make $1 million a day? And that's what you mean when you set up your business in such a way that it generates what we call residual benefits to you, and it's high quality income. And the good thing is McDonald's can, leave this business asset for his second generation or his third generation. And that's even wonderful because a lot of us could work for 40, 50 years and your job dies with you. Nobody benefits that. Even if you're damn good at your job, and that's the problem, you're damn good at it, your children might not be. And so when you're gone, so does your income source go. Okay. And so if you understand the power of this McDonald's franchising, you're going to come away from this opportunity meeting very, very excited because that's exactly how I saw this business. I saw it as a virtual franchising. I didn't see just selling products here and there, but I saw it as a way for you to be able to build franchises all over the world without limits. And that was a very exciting thing for me to see that you can actually come in just using the products. You don't even need, there's not even a capital. We're so used to opening businesses with at least, two, 300,000 in capital. If you open a McDonald's franchise in the Philippines, you need $600,000 US dollars in order to start a McDonald's. And you can only have one. In order for you to open another one, then you will need another $600,000. Okay. But in this business, you don't need that. You just need to use the product, and the potential is unlimited. The growth potential all over the world is just crazy. And so when I saw that, I came away from that opportunity meeting extremely excited. I couldn't sleep. And so let me just share with you the compensation plan and how you can earn here. So we can show you how you can earn small money. We can show you how you can earn more money. And then we can show you how you can earn big time income. Everybody starts out as a brand affiliate. As a brand affiliate in this company, it's free to join. There's no requirements. And every person that you sign up, you can sign up people to this business for free in order for them to be able to get discounts from the company as a brand affiliate. Whatever they buy from the company, you get what we call sharing bonus. And so by sharing this opportunity to people, simply sharing people, you can have daily income. So you can get paid here daily, you can get paid weekly, and you can get paid monthly. Okay. And so whenever you share something to people, you share age lock to people, you get them an account so that they can buy it and wherever they may be in the world, and you get paid a sharing bonus the minute they buy the product. Isn't that amazing? Now, unfortunately, when your brand affiliate starts recommending people below them, right, you don't get income from there until you move to the next level, which is called being a brand representative. And I call this the start of your franchise. Okay, a brand representative earns not only from his own things that he shared, the products that he shared, but from the products and the sales generated by your affiliates, okay, underneath, up to infinity of those people who are not yet brand representatives. A brand representative gets a further 5 to 40% on the entire group of people in that egg basket of your franchise on top of your own sharing bonus. And of course, we have what we call leading bonus. This is where the big income comes from. This is my favorite part. This is the part where you can truly enjoy freedom when you build this aspect of leadership. And in leadership, there's only three things that we need to do. Number one is to look for be a brand representative, be a franchise, look for people who can become a brand representative. And number three, just basically coach them and help them to become leaders like you. Okay. So these are what we call our actual average incomes. And this figure just blew me away because there's no company that is so transparent that it's going to show you actually actual average incomes of its distributors worldwide. And these are audited because it's a publicly traded company, so you can't lie about it. Okay, I'm just going to mention a few key positions here. When you become a brand representative and you help 4 people to become a brand representative, that's really your first target. Your first target should be what we call a executive brand partner. For an executive brand partner, you have 4 people under you to become brand representatives as well. The average income is about $30,000 per year. I don't know in America, but in the Philippines, $30,000 per year is a quite a sizable income. It's actually enough to have a reasonably comfortable life in the Philippines. Okay, now if you help four people frontline to become brand representatives, and you create a star, and let's call a star somebody who could already become an executive brand partner as well. That means to say they were able to help four people. You become a brand director. So a brand director is somebody that has been able to help four people to become brand representatives, and one of them to become a star. A star is an executive brand director who helps four people. Okay, and your income goes up to about close to $60,000. Now, a lot of people in the Philippines would love to work as nurses overseas, and nurses are about making this kind of income, but they have to be away from their family. And right now, I don't want to be a nurse and be a frontline. You're endangering yourself and your entire family. I actually have a business partner from France, and she's a nurse. And so the first question that I asked, oh my gosh, be careful. I said, I hope that you don't get it. And she said, it's too late because I was able to get, she got infected with COVID. And so my next question is, what about your family? And unfortunately, the husband, the kids, everybody got the COVID. Okay. The good news is that they survived all of it, but that's how dangerous it is right now to be frontline. And so here we could work from home, and I was able to reach this position in part time. I was part time in the business, I remember, when I reached this position. And so I was looking at this figure and I said, wow, I could earn $60,000 part time per year. That's not too bad. And that's all the more that I understood how powerful this opportunity is. So if you move along and you help five people, you continue to help more people. The more people that you help in this business, the more franchises you create, the more income that you create. If you help five people become brand representatives frontline to you, and two of them become stars, you start earning over a six-figure income in US dollars. And that's a huge income because I know that some doctors only make this type of income. And especially right now with healthcare, universal healthcare, I think a lot of physicians are going to lose income. And some of them might earn below a what we call a senior brand director income, which is when you help five people and when you help two of your front lines become stars as well. Okay, and of course, if you help six people frontline to become brand representatives to you, and you help three of them to become stars, okay, and build leadership teams as well, you generate around $450,000 per year. When I saw that figure, I almost couldn't believe it, and I said, "That's a lot of money for something that did not require a lot of investment." I said, is that real? So the first thing that I asked how many people are actually earning that income. And when they told me that there's over 3,000 accounts that are on that income level, I said, wow, 3,000 accounts. That means to say this business is indeed doable. Okay. And so I don't know which income here is meaningful for you, but the fact that you can do this business part time right now, and right now is really time for us to work on a plan B. Okay, apart from that, this business has taken us to numerous trips. And so a lot of my friends are shocked that as early as now, I told them that I could have already been on four trips. I was supposed to go to New Zealand. I was supposed to go to Miami, Florida. I was supposed to go to London. And I was supposed to go on a Norwegian cruise. And this is supposed to happen on May. And so on May, I was already supposed to go to four different continents already. But that's the life that we have in this business. We have this kind of freedom and flexibility that takes us on these trips, and then I'm very passionate about traveling. This is something that I absolutely love going. I'll tell you a little bit about why that is. But in this company, you're not only able to travel, but you travel with class and free. Okay, into exciting destinations like Bermuda. You go to South Africa. It's incredible places, unforgettable places. So I just want to share with you some of the, if I sum up what of the benefits that I got from this business. My favorite benefit from this business is called adventure. Okay, I'm very passionate about that, as I'll tell you later why. But incredible that you could actually meet very top, high quality people in this business, and these are people that have been lifelong friends they're not connected to me. I mean, I absolutely enjoy every time I'm with Alan and we go on these eating expeditions. Only Alan can get lobsters that big on demand, right? And of course, I have friends. I've been friends with the top leader in New Zealand, and that's his dog right there on the top left. And of course, all of you know the Queen of Latin America, Patti Acosta, and that's us outside our chalet when we were in Interlaken, and look at a beautiful view. That's the kind of view we have for breakfast. And so, it's just amazing that we can travel together, we can go on these adventures together. Um, and so, this is in Portugal, where I visited a friend of mine who's been building his business in Europe and in America, and he told me that Portugal, enjoying this kind of a life and still be able to enjoy income from all these countries. And he even told me that his business in places like Austria before he went there was already over $500,000 a year in revenue. Is that amazing? Now I've also got to meet some really humble, very successful people. On the lower left, this was in Ez, in near Monaco, and this couple right here with the shades and this guy with the peace sign, they're actually double deca millionaires. They're $20 million earners. They're not connected from us, but I just so enjoyed the some of their success tips. Their you never I can never get enough of learning from people who are who have results, because results truly don't lie, right? Their mindset, strength of their mind is really the strength of the results. And then you get to hang out with cool people like Steve Wang, and even movie stars and all that. And this picture, this is one of my favorite um, pictures, because they say that when you go to a restaurant, you're not really eating the food, you're eating the ambiance, right? And so this is us eating and having a coaching session to share our knowledge with the people from Prague. But behind us, as you can see, is the view of the castle in Prague and the bridge. And so it's a priceless photo, and it's just so many opportunities, so many things that you can get to do. I never thought that I would be able to get to do this. This was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. The scary part was just I was all ready to get into this hang gliding. And then when we were about to fly, then I just realized, wait a minute, where is the parachute? I mean, what if something goes wrong? There was no parachute. And so I was so nervous all the way. I don't think I really enjoyed it. But looking at it, I was just glad that I was able to do it at the time when I can still enjoy it. Because this is not something that you want to do when you're 65 years old. Okay? Uh, I've been on two hot air balloons. I've been on the hot air balloon in New Zealand, amazing picturesque view of Queenstown. And I've been on a hot air balloon also in Cappadocia, and it's just amazing, amazing, adventures that we were able to get on from this business. Of course, everybody knows one of my favorite places is this place called Santorini. Um, and so these are just some pictures of some of the things we get to do. And one of the things I enjoy also is that we're able to do international business. This is our team in London. And, before I was there was already a team there. And this is our team in the Philippines with some of our guests from the UK who came in to share their knowledge with us and expertise. And it's just, for me, this few years in New Skin has just been a great adventure. And if not even for the money, but just for the adventure and this, people you get to, these cool people you get to hang out, it's already worth it. It's an unforgettable journey. It's an unforgettable experience. This is a picture when we years ago when we qualified as $5 million Circle members, and those two people, that lady beside me is Lillian. Lillian Ong is one of the most inspirational people in Singapore. She is a $10 million Circle member. Beside her is Ronnie and Lani from Indonesia, who also the two of them came from behind as well, and two very humble leaders, but right now are also the top leaders of Indonesia. And the story of your success in this business is not just about the money, but it's about people that you get to help. Because this is a very unique business that the more people that you help, the more income that you also create for yourself. So you build your success on the success of other people. So when you see people like Alan Agao, who's made $10 million, oh my gosh, I don't know how many thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that Alan was able to feed with his Nourish the Children initiative. But when all the leaders in New Skin, one of the things that I love about their success is the fact that their success is built on helping other people become successful. Now it's a time that is a lot of people are going to be displaced. This is the time where people need to build their financial immunity. Okay, I think that the worst is yet to come. I hope I could say that the best is yet to come, but the worst of the season is yet to come. So you have a choice. You can wait until you're desperate to start building your parachute, or that you can decide right now to transition as fast as you can to master this business that you can do from home, right? And not just survive this season, but continue to thrive. Okay. And so I just want to leave you with saying that I think we need to be strong, especially right now, because you never know who you're going to be inspiring. You're not just going to be doing this for your family, but I think right now we have to be the hope to a lot of people, to the whole world, okay? And to help people, to save as many people as we can right now with this opportunity. Me, Alan, all these people, Paddy Acosta, some of our leaders from Thailand, some of our leaders from Indonesia and Vietnam. I know that Dean Wen and all these people, they don't need to work anymore. These are people, if you do your math, when you've made over $10 million, in Alan's case, he's made over $30 million in his lifetime. He doesn't really need to do this business. We don't need to do this business. Okay. Right now, really more than ever, is when we need to, really go full throttle ahead so that we can help more people thrive during this season. I don't know why you're doing this business, but let me just share with you as I close, um, you know, how you could get started in this business. You could start this business, by the way, you could start this as a customer, you could start this slow, or you could start it fast. And depends on your appetite. I started my business fast just because I like faster ROI, and I like a bigger ROI. And that's just how I want to start my any business that I do. Any business worth doing is worth doing, you know, now and doing very well. Okay. I just like to end by sharing with you a story. A lot of my friends say, "You're crazy. You travel 12 times per year. I mean, don't you get tired of traveling? Is that crazy? People don't travel 12 times a year. People travel 1 or 2 times per year." But that's just because these are normal people. We're not normal people. We're abnormal people. We're above normal people. We never did this business to have a normal life like everybody else. We wanted to do this business to have a great life. You see? And a lot of people ask me, "Isn't that business difficult?" The thing is, I said, I don't really understand what you're talking about, because I was born to watch my parents work so hard in their life, because my dad was a self-made millionaire. So was my grandfather. And I saw him work so hard for decades to make his business work. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to live to enjoy that hard work. I lost my dad when he was only 49 years old. After he had worked so hard to build his business, we lost him to cancer. Life could be really short, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next few years. So for me, when I saw the chance that you can build your business in 5 years, and you can enjoy your life, and enjoy your freedom, and be with your family and have the time for your family, that was just something that I couldn't pass up on. I don't think there's a lot of opportunities that could offer you this kind of a life. And so I'm just glad that I was able to. I'm 49 right now. We lost my dad to 49, but I can't help look back and compare that. My dad worked harder than me. The only thing that I did right was I picked a better business option. The only thing that I'm so grateful about was that God probably wanted to give us a different life, because it wasn't easy growing up without a father. Okay, because of the pain that we saw. Maybe the Lord was good and He blessed us with new skin, so that we could have a very different life. We have a chance at being able to build freedom, and being able to not just retire, but retire very early, happy, and wealthy. And this is the chance that's given to you today. So make sure that you invite the person, that you thank the person who invited you to this business, because you have no idea. This business is going to unlock a world of adventure, of opportunity, and of freedom to everybody else. Okay. So I just like to thank Alan for inviting me to share. I'm just, over grateful to be sharing this business with everybody, and I hope that you all can really catch, um, what we're sharing with you, because this business has truly been God sent, and we're very, very grateful for it. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow, Sandy Martinez, my goodness, I gotta tell you, I have not seen your presentation. And I think in the Philippines, I saw a little portion that you did. But man, that is a great, great, and so truthful way to represent what we are doing. So, anyway, thank you for making it so clear and so precise. I hope everybody, make some comments in the comments section over here. And I really would like to thank Sandy for an incredible job. I just want to ask everybody to, call back the person that brought you on. If you have, on a scale of 1 to 10, an interest level 7, 8, 9, or 10, I'm just going to say, welcome to New Skin. We will welcome you to the New Skin business, and we'll help you get started tonight, actually, if you want. And you can get your first sale and paycheck like right away. I mean, this thing happens fast. And if you're a 5 or 6, you probably have some questions. Ask the questions. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. Ask it. And if you're a 4 or under, thank you for your time tonight. Maybe another time, come and do some of our personal development training. It's free. This Friday we're going to be on in like 6 languages, actually. I would like to invite Sandy. It's our last day of the Think and Grow It series. So if you want to come on, Sandy, with your team, you're definitely welcome to come on. And it's an amazing, amazing, amazing time right now for us to be in this business you can do from home, online. Our company gives you the incredible, your sales center, your website, sales center, your back office, everything is supplied to you. So ask the person who brought you on to share with you the things that you need to know, and then bring some people on. Tomorrow, we have an incredible event for my favorite thing, which is Nourish the Children. And we are going to do a food drive tomorrow. So you're welcome to learn more from Dr. Paul Cox about the Force for Good initiative, about all the good we're doing around the world. And, that's going to be at 10 o'clock Pacific time. Welcome. Come on, check that out. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to be on to do a presentation at 7 o'clock, same time that we were on tonight. So with that, anyway, aloha. Thank you, Sandy, again for your brilliant presentation. And we just want to appreciate all that you do, for the people around the world. I know there's Filipino people everywhere that are benefiting from your knowledge and your wisdom. So thanks for sharing it.